Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sobriety Sundays. We are reporting to you live from San Diego. Yes, sir. We in Dago with my boy.
Mose, you know the vibes, beloved.
What's the frequency, love?
She missing me frequently, love.
Hey, man. Today we have a special guest, a really close friend of mine, a brother to me, Mahamud. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. You know, today we're here, you know what I'm saying, reporting live on Sobriety Sundays. And so Sobriety Sundays is a podcast that was created to platform individuals that are in recovery. And so speaking about recovery, man, there's a big stigma in the Somali community. And so this is your first time here on our podcast. And so, you know, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Man, thank you for having me on your podcast, man. Appreciate that. I was raised in San Diego, born in Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right.
Man, I was just that adventurous kid, you know, just going through the motions, living life, you know, just being a regular guy, just being a regular pedestrian. Until, you know, like, you know, trials and tribulations started happening and I didn't really know how to take on it. I didn't really know how to go about it or pursue with my everyday life, knowing that these trials and tribulations are taking effect on me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I would say 2019 was like tough for me.
Very tough.
You know, even prior to that, you know, if we want to get more into depth, I feel like I started going on this dark road maybe like 2017.
2017.
And I was going through a lot mentally.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know how to express it. And I didn't know how to, you know, go about it. Mm-hmm. The people that I should have been around, I neglected, you know, went away from.
Yeah.
And I ended up just being around a bad environment that was not good for me.
Yeah.
You know, and just constantly being around that environment just causes you to start being curious of other things that you never imagined of doing. You know, it was just one particular day. I really had a bad day. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like I said, I was around a bad environment. And they, you know, a few of the people around me, they were, you know, taking opioids. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have knowledge of that or what it was or the effects it has on you.
I don't think anybody did, man. You know what I'm saying? It just happens.
You know? So, you know, I take it, you know what I'm saying, and I feel good. Yeah. You know, if you want me to be completely honest with you, you know, I felt good after taking it. I felt like all my problems went away. Yeah. While I was intoxicated. Yeah. You know, and then that day turned into the next day. Yeah. And the next day and so forth, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's just a constant, like a everyday cycle. Every day repeats itself. Every day I have the same routine. Yeah. You know, wake up, you know, go, you know, get high. Basically, that was like the motive of the day. You get high, you completed the day. Yeah. Like, you know, nothing else mattered at that point. You know what I'm saying? So my life took a drastic turn. Yeah. At first, I didn't start noticing the behavior, but I started becoming distant from a lot of people. Yeah. I started being in my own world in a sense, you know, stayed to myself, but that was very bad in a sense, right? Yeah. I didn't know what to do, you know, but I knew that I had a problem. Yeah. You know, but it was tough. Yeah. I felt like I was in a box. I felt like I was in a box that I could never get out of. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
How old were you when you started?
Man, I was 19 when I started. Yeah. You know, and at first it wasn't that serious. Yeah. It was here and there type of vibe. Mm-hmm. And then the here and there became an everyday thing. And then now I see myself in an environment that everybody's doing it. It's like the norm now. So my environment made it normal for me. So I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Yeah. Not to myself, not to others, or I didn't know I was hurting anybody, including myself.
Yeah. When did you know that? When did you start to realize like that this was taking a bad turn?
When I started burning bridges. Yeah. You know, I started hurting the people that was there for me the most. Yeah. I started, you know, I knew it was rock bottom when, you know, I constantly was in need of this substance. Mm-hmm. You know, I couldn't function without it. Yeah. Like I wouldn't even get up off my bed if I wasn't gonna go get it. Yeah. Like I would stay on my bed all day till I figured out a way to go get it, whether I was stealing or borrowing or asking. You know, I had to do something to go get it because my body was fighting me. Yeah. And it was a pain that is so unbearable. You know, like your body's fighting you. Yeah. And you're trying to fight back, but that fight is tough.
Yeah,
because
it's a silent fight too.
It's a
for
silent
a lot of people
fight.
too.
Yeah, it's a very silent fight. And you know, at first I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I just kept getting high every day. I kept, you know, doing the same thing every single day, and to the point where the people closest to me started realizing it.
Yeah.
They're like, man, what's going on with you, bro? Like, you're never around. You don't call no more. You know, you're not the same person we know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what kind of like woke me up, when people started pointing out my flaws that I didn't see, that I could have recognized on my own, you know. And like, it was tough, man. It's hard for me to like explain how I felt, you know, mentally and emotionally, but it was tough. It was tragic. Like, I was drowning.
Yeah.
I was drowning, bro, and I didn't know if I was gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? As I started doing it more, the community started doing it more, and then slowly but surely, you know, I started losing friends, started losing homies to it, and even that wasn't even a wake-up call for me.
Yeah, just like Minnesota, San Diego is a pretty hush-hush community from what I heard.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's like overdoses here too, just like in Minnesota, but people really don't talk about it, right?
Yeah, they don't talk about it, and then when they do talk about it, they don't really have knowledge about it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people that speak on this are people that have never been through this.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't take you seriously, you know, and I don't mean it from a wrong place. It's just, I see what you're doing. I appreciate it. But it would mean more what if somebody that went through it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
It's that empath type of energy.
Exactly. You know, like, this guy's speaking real. Like, this guy's story is real. Like, I want to meet this guy. This guy's inspirational, you know. And speaking about that, you know, when I knew it was a problem, you know, I just happened to be on Instagram one day.
Yeah.
Right? Just happened to be on Instagram one day, and I come across your video.
Yeah.
And I think it's your first year sorority video.
Yeah, that was when June 16th, 2020.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was you and your partner, your boy.
Yeah, my boy K-Squad.
Yeah, Qadr, yeah, okay, yeah. I came across it, and the stuff that you were talking about was so real because I felt it.
Yeah.
And I felt you on how people are also the problem, knowing that I have a problem constantly putting me down, making me feel less than I already feel than myself. You know what I'm saying? So I started getting in tune with your page, you know. I started, you know, watching you more, paying attention to you. And one day I just decided to call you. I don't know if you remember that phone call.
I do. I remember exactly where I was at. I was at 24 Dig, man. And I told you, let me call you back. I'm about to get some Dig.
Exactly.
And I got back on the phone call with you.
Yeah, you did, man. I appreciate that phone call back because now I'm here, you know, because of you, man. And you might tell me like
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I know you was gonna tell me that, but you helped me. You gave me hope.
Yeah.
You showed me that I have a chance. You know, you showed me that I can do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I did it on my own. Yes, it took me to overcome that and overcome those milestones and climb that mountain to the top. Yes, it was all on me, but the help around me was also good.
Yeah.
Just seeing you overcome it gave me hope, gave me faith, gave me that I'm not alone, and showed me that I'm not by myself.
Yeah.
And I think that was important. And as I started getting in tune with you, you know, me and you started getting close.
Yeah.
Even though I remember days where I would be high and I'll call you.
Yeah.
And you would know that I'm already high, but you weren't getting at me or anything. You know, you were just conversating with me, man. And I think that was it for me. The fact that you didn't see me any different. I was a human to you, bro. I was, you know what I mean? I was equal to you.
Do you feel like a lot of people didn't treat you like a human?
No, I felt like people looked down on me. People would call me like things like crackhead or perkhead or, you know, junkie and stuff like that. And, you know, people, you know, see me as less human than them.
Yeah.
Addiction is not, you know, substance is not the only addiction. People have other addictions too that's messing them up.
Yeah.
You know, that's hurting them.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's gambling, whether it's other things. You know,
everybody got their own vices.
Exactly. Everybody got their own demons that they.
I just feel like everybody will so on. You know, like everybody hides it. So it's like the person that shows it, it's like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, that nigga, he a lame, or he's this and he's that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's projecting where, you know, a person will, you know, put another person down for their flaws because of the fact of the matter that they don't, like, their stuff is hidden. So they're like, you know what, matter of fact, I'll put this person down to put myself up. But everybody got their own flaws and vices, you know what I mean? But it's really, it's a perspective thing, you know?
Exactly, you know? So just going through that and just realizing that, you know, I appreciate those people, as crazy as it sounds.
100%.
Because, you know, they were in my head every day.
Yeah.
You know, every day I'm not no fucking junkie.
Yeah.
I'm not no crackhead, you know? And once I believed that, I feel like the rest was a roller coaster, you know, because I went from a transition of going to rehab for 3 months.
Yeah.
Then even me telling myself like, hey, this is not enough.
Yeah.
You're back to the real world. Like, it's scary. You know what I'm saying? I'm back to, I can get it if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So me being scared, I feel like that was good for me because I didn't trust myself.
Yeah.
You know, to be back out there in the real world. I was in a rehab where there's no phones allowed.
Yeah.
You can't even get a call. Sometimes I would have to lie and say I need a call. But, you know, I'd call my mom. And, you know, people might think like, oh, it's nothing compared to jail. But it's just, it's similar.
It's a jail inside a jail because it's a mental jail.
Exactly.
You're really fighting yourself for real. Like you're going to be locked up and through your head because every day you're craving and you have to teach your brain to not want this anymore. And that's a lifetime thing too. You know, like a lot of people think you go to treatment and then you get out and then it's like, oh,
It's
you know,
done.
I'm straight. Yeah, but it's a lifetime thing. So like a lot of times people don't understand the that sometimes getting sober is harder than even the addiction. You know what I mean? Within itself, the struggle, the hustle and bustle of, you know, getting that high each day and the struggles that you go through.
Yeah.
Getting sober within itself is a mental battle that it lasts a lifetime. You know what I mean? You always have to be on point, on 10 toes, really on your guard, you know, making sure that you don't slip.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because also, like, there are people that are going to want to see you fall.
Yeah.
There are people that, you know, want to see you back in that position.
Facts.
There are people that you probably used to kick it with that, you know what I'm saying, they see you and they're like, yeah, you know, this nigga think he better than us. Or,
Yes.
you know, or yeah, you know what, matter of fact, this nigga, man, he faking it. I'm going to go kick it with this nigga for the one time. You know what, matter of fact, I put a perk in front of this nigga. He's straight. You know what I'm saying? He going back right with me. You know what I mean? That's so many different times that happened to me. And people I know were like, you know, old friends or people, you know, you just know or whatever. Like, it's crazy because, like, when you're using, like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, your first couple times doing this shit, it just comes to you, right? And then after that, once you get addicted, you really have to work for that shit.
Hell yeah.
And then when you want to stop, it just comes to your door.
Yes.
You don't even have to ask for it.
It comes to you.
It just comes to you. Randomly, somebody gonna call you, I'm put you on. You know what I'm saying? Even, especially when you make it clear that you're done with this shit. Those same niggas you was kicking it with, oh yeah, you know, matter of fact, bro, today's on me.
Yeah.
I just got a back end. What? Psh,
Pull
turn
up on me.
It's all on me.
Got a couple of them.
Oh man, so it's like, it's crazy, you know, like how it works, man. But no, that's 100, man. One thing I want to say and tap on, you know, what you were saying earlier about, you know, like, it's crazy, like the things that people say to us, labels.
Yeah.
You know, somebody calling you, whether it's a crackhead, junkie, you know, low life, whatever it may be. A lot of times we subconsciously internalize those things.
Yes.
And it can go either two ways. It can either go and it's like, yo, I'm proving these people wrong, you know, or what you'll say to yourself is, you know what, I'm not that person and I'll do, three ways actually. I'm not that person and I'll do better than that, right? Or the third way is that you'll tell yourself, you know what, matter of fact, I am who they think I am and I'm just stay where I'm at. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, bro, like on the second and first one, what I would say is that it's when we internalize that stigma, sometimes it can play right into their hands.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Especially when you're trying to like do something like, and I'm saying this just because I've seen this happen before, and I've seen this also like even within my own self, where like when I first was getting sober, I was like, yeah, man, all these niggas that doubted me, you know what, fuck 'em, bro, I'm gonna shine on these niggas.
Yeah.
You know, but really, truly, when you get to that point where you start grinding, you have to really like look into like, oh damn, man, like, you know, yeah, these niggas did say this, and yeah, they and it should be in a way like a driving factor, but it's really for us. You know what I mean? We get sober for us, because at the end of the day, that struggle, that pain, everything that you went through, all the things other people put you through, even that's pain that's within yourself. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And you went through that. Nobody knows what Mose went through except for you. You know what I mean? All the pain that you dealt with, all the hurt, the thoughts, all those things, bro. That was you.
Yeah.
And you got out of that. You don't owe that shit to nobody.
Facts.
That was something that you went through, and you overcame. You know what I mean? So you gotta own that. Never even put even 1 ounce of responsibility, even if they was saying it in a negative way, and you turn that to some positive shit. You gotta look at it as, nah, man, whatever. Fuck all that shit. I'm doing this shit for me.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're non-factors.
100%.
You know what I mean? And the truth is, on the other side is like, a lot of these people just uneducated, or they're hurting themselves. They looking at, they pushing people down for their own benefit.
Facts.
Because they can't even look at themselves in
They
the
can't
mirror.
face their own reality.
You know, the recovery is the most authentic process, because you're looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, yeah, you know what? I did fuck up. You know what? But that's okay. I'm gonna make it right. I'm gonna make sure that I'm straight. You know, and so it's like, it's very interesting when you look at those things, and you look at other people in recovery, because they're true to themselves.
Yeah.
You being true to yourself, bro. I don't know anybody speaking out in San Diego, the community of San Diego, about recovery. And you know, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that. But it's like, only God knows what you're feeling in your heart right now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because I know what I was feeling when I first spoke about this. You know what I mean? And I know so many other people that the first time speaking, that feeling is real feeling.
Yeah, it's real.
Because at the end of the day, you don't as a human, you don't want, that feeling of stigma that's been upon you for so long. We internalize it subconsciously. We thinking like, damn, if I speak about this, what is this person going to think about me? Or if I speak about this, you know what I mean? How are people going to take it? You know, you're watching every word and, inch of what you're saying, because at the end of the day, that's how community received you.
Yeah.
That's how they reacted to you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, you here, bro. You here.
Hell yeah.
You alive.
We here, alhamdulillah.
And you beat that shit. Dolo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know which one it is.
Oh shit.
No, there you go. There you go. It's that one. You know what I'm saying? But that's an applause.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got to applaud yourself every day.
Hell yeah.
Because that's what you did. You know what I'm saying? And so, let's talk a little bit about, that flip of the switch, for yourself. First and foremost, we went into 2020 and, us talking, but initially that process, it wasn't like a day. It was something it was a long process. It was a long fight. So let's get to like that moment where you said you wanted to change. And I feel like this is a very important subject, because, when people look at whether it's family and friends of people that are struggling with addiction, or people in recovery themselves, they think, you know what, boom, I'm getting sober. I'm just going to stop this shit and I'm good.
Yeah.
And that's it. Mm-hmm. And for family, they're like, we're going to take him to treatment. And you know what? When he gets out, he's straight. Mm-hmm. But it's a lifelong process. And even that battle of making the full-on decision, it comes with struggle and trial and tribulation and hardship. So, how was that process like for you?
Man, that process was tough. It was tough because, my mom, she didn't really understand what I was going through.
Yeah.
She felt that if I stayed home, then,
mm-hmm.
everything won't be okay.
Mm-hmm. She was blaming it on the sahib.
Yeah. She's blaming it on friends.
Yeah.
I'm the problem.
And that's the hardest thing for parents to face, though. I had a close friend of mine. Him and my mom were friends. And it used to cause issues between them a little bit, where it was like, more specifically, my mom would blame my friend for me doing the shit that I was doing. Mm-hmm. Until I was like, "Hoy, no, it's me."
It's me.
But parents, it's that protective measure where they're like, you know what? It's my kid. It's never can be my kid. My kid's innocent. It don't matter what a kid does. Whatever they do, they're always gonna put the blame on somebody else, because that's just that projection, part of it. But continue though, brother.
So it was my mom. So my mom is a dialysis patient.
Yeah.
She has kidney failure. Yeah. May Allah grant her health. I mean, I think it was my mom for me, dog.
Yeah.
Like every day, I'm looking at her.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be hot next to my mom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to talk about this because this is what I see. This behind my closed door. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is what I'm suffering in silence.
Yeah.
So many times my mom caught me dozing off in the kitchen, opening the fridge, dozing off. Like I'm just holding the fridge.
Okay. You
know what I'm saying? And my mom be like, Mahamud, you okay? I'm not sorry, I'm tired. But so many times I'm tired. Obviously my light bulb is gonna go in my mom's head. Like, yeah, okay, this is not Mahamud. Like, what's up?
Something's going on.
And I see my mom kind of break down. And then after I see my mom break down, my brother break down in front of me. And he was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I know it was more say like, I think he didn't care I was doing it, but he wanted me to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was crying, man, and I love my brother. You know what I'm saying? He was crying, dog. I'm like, bro, people are crying over me, bro. Bro, I'm loved. Bro, I'm appreciated, bro.
Yeah.
And I told myself, like, bro, you're being selfish.
Yeah.
You're only thinking about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, how about them?
Yeah.
You know, and like, it wasn't easy for me, dog. Like, even me and my older brother even had a falling out for a little bit, you know, because my mind wasn't right.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing shit out of pocket, you know, and he was giving me tough love, but I needed that tough love.
Yeah.
Same way I needed that gentle love. I had the best of both, you know, and that was it for me, you know, like, well, my sister, you know, my sister said, how can I help you?
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
Yeah.
What can we do? And like, that's when I knew, like, damn, like, who are you, bro? Like, I'm talking to myself at this point, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, who are you, bro? Like, where's Mahamud at? You know?
Yeah.
I know you there, dog. I know you there. I know you there. Because you're thinking, you know what you're doing is wrong. Like, what's up, Mahamud? What is it, you know? So, even my best friend, Kobe,
Yeah.
he didn't know what to do. Getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, dog, I don't want to lose you, bro. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. You know, not to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're all going to leave, but not to this.
Yeah.
You know, your story doesn't end here. There's no way it can't. You know, and once I start seeing all that happen, I was like, you know what? I need to get it together. Like, I need to get back to the kid I always was.
Yeah.
You know, without the drugs. Never needed drugs to make me feel better. I felt better because I took care of me in the right way instead of the wrong way. So after that happened, you know, day in and day out tragedy, I'm having one-on-one interactions with my mom first, then my brother, then my sister, you know what I'm saying? And then my best friend. Then I know, okay, damn, it's a problem. It's a problem, and it's a big problem. And it's one of those problems that only you could get out of. Nobody can help you. You could take me to a 30,000 rehab facility. I will still leave. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how much money you have to help me or how much you try to help me or, you know, do whatever you have to do for me.
It gotta come from you.
It has to come from me. And once I realized that it had to come from me, then I took matters into my own hands. I went to rehab. Then when I came back from rehab, I relapsed. And when I relapsed, I got scared. So I went to Africa.
Yeah.
So when I went to Africa for 8-9 months, I was taking online classes there. And then while I was there, though, it was tough.
Yeah.
The first month, I was tossing and turning.
Yeah.
I was sleeping random times.
Cold turkey, man. It's different.
Going cold turkey when he means that means talking about like no Suboxone, nothing.
No medicine, nothing. You just really just thugging that shit out.
I'm just thugging it out.
Yeah.
I'm just sweating it out, detoxing, natural remedies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so it was tough.
The early cup in the morning, shot in the morning though.
That's what I was looking forward to. It does, you know.
Yeah.
I was taking a shower every other hour.
That cold water.
That
cold shower. Somalia, man. No joke.
There's no joke. They don't even have
niggas know, man. Niggas know.
They don't even have a hot button. You know, so I had to start getting to those cold showers. You know, just going through the motions every day. The first month was tough. My appetite was bad.
Yeah.
When I ate, I vomited instantly. I was losing hella weight.
Yeah.
And as a month went by, I kind of started seeing myself be okay. I started off, you know, using the restroom normally.
Yeah.
My body was okay. I was able to eat. Started slowly getting my appetite back.
Yeah.
You know, I started slowly getting my common sense back. And when I mean slowly, I mean slowly.
Yeah, it takes time.
You know what I'm saying? Because now I can sit here and paint you a whole picture of everything I used to do.
Yeah.
But if you was to ask me while I was intoxicated, I could tell you maybe what I did that day.
Yeah.
You know?
You're not lying, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the best thing for me.
Finding yourself again.
Finding myself again, going to Africa, spending time. It's just me and my family that I never met, of course, but it's just me.
Yeah.
You know? I can't call up my homie down the street. Hey, let's go to In-N-Out or something.
You know, they say solitude is fortitude. You got to separate to elevate. And a lot of times that time alone, you know, I think myself, I was in New York with my grandma, but this is my mom's older sister. So I seen her probably 3 times in my life before this. And so, yeah, I spoke to her, but you know what I mean? She was like, she's 77 now. She was 74 at the time. And so when I was spending that time, she's 78 now.
Mashallah.
And so when I was with her though, you know, we would talk like when lunch, dinner, but she didn't really know what I was going through in the beginning. And so I would spend a lot of time in my room. And during that time period, man, a big thing that was like, you know, really helpful to me was taking that time by myself.
Yes.
Really focusing on myself, learning about yourself. You just start thinking about so much shit. You know what I mean? Because when you're by yourself, bro, that's the time where you're thinking about every single thing that you've been through. You're thinking like, damn, nigga, how the hell did I end up here? You know, and not only that, but like, what else can I do, you know what I'm saying, in the future? You just start thinking about so many different things.
Facts.
You know, and so continue on that, though.
Yeah, man. So it was a beautiful journey to find myself again. I think that was the best part of recovery for me.
Yeah.
Was finding myself and starting to get into myself more.
Yeah.
Started taking on the self-love aspect. You know, because I used to put myself down and be insecure in the sense of what other people think, but not how I look, but what other people think.
Yeah.
Overthinking that. Being I first, you know, when I got clean for my first year, I still wasn't kind of around people yet because I felt like I wasn't ready, you know, because I know like once I go out there, I need to be ready for what's to come.
Yeah.
I need to be ready for the name calling. I need to be ready for people to, you know, say, oh, he's still doing this and he's still doing that. I need to prepare myself because people, you could donate $1 million to Child Foundation.
They still find a way.
They still find a way to talk shit about you. You know what I'm saying? So once I realized that, then I was open to, okay, let me just come out. Then I gradually started coming around, coming out, being more out in the community more. And
how was that reintegration process for you though?
That reintegration process was kind of weird. Kind of felt like your first day at elementary school.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't know nobody.
Yeah. Or like even if you know somebody, it's like you ain't seen them in a
long time.
So everybody's asking you, damn nigga, where you been at?
But deep down they know
already
where
know.
the fuck you been at.
That's big facts.
Wallahi, like bro.
They know.
Yeah, they know.
They knew,
you know?
they just didn't really say nothing.
They didn't even say nothing,
Yeah.
you know, because, you know, some people don't want to talk about what you've been through, but more say appreciate that you're here.
Yeah, you know, I feel like it's, you know, like, and I really, this is something that kind of like I've been learning with recovery too, is like, you can't even really blame a lot of those folks too, because they uneducated them themselves. And some people, it's like, some people, they just didn't know how to do it. Of course, there were some niggas that really didn't give a fuck, you know what I mean? That's just life. But like, I feel like most people are not like that. There's a lot of good people out in the world, and some people just didn't know how to like, you know, what's the word? Confront it.
Yes.
You know, they didn't know, like some people maybe weren't as close with you, or even people that were close with you because you fell off with them, or they fell out with you, or you guys haven't spoken to each other in a long time. They probably were like, oh damn, I don't know how to talk to this dude about this. You know, so I remember like first coming into sobriety thinking to myself like, yo, yeah, man, all these niggas, man, crazy ass niggas, man, I'm gonna shit on these niggas. Oh, wow. You know, like you think to yourself like, oh yeah, you know, all these people, they counted me out, and so I'm gonna prove them wrong. Or these people, they, you know, they didn't care about me, so why should I care about them? And you know, that different aspect. But I mean, the truth is I feel like a lot of it is just miseducation. Even the stigma aspect where people are, you know, doing all of these things. Of course, some of it comes from, you know, their own traumatic experiences or whatever their life experience is in that moment.
Yes.
But I feel like a lot of it also does have to do with miseducation. A lot of people just really don't know, you know, what we're really going through.
Yes.
It's a experience that I can sit here and me and you could talk all day about perks,
Yes.
all day about the withdrawals,
Yes.
all day about this and that. And there could be a nigga that never went through this shit, will not understand a word of what I'm saying. We just speak in ism. Because niggas don't understand it. It's just like a Isfahan thing.
Yeah.
And so even really like the idea of this is not only to platform individuals in recovery, but also to try to share those experiences so that people can gain that insight, so that we can reduce that stigma. You know what I mean? If one person is speaking, he's speaking, you know, to a group of people, probably they hear like a broken record. But if a bunch of people, like people really don't know how many people are going through addiction.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when I first started speaking about this, I had homies from, man, all around, man. Even San Diego niggas would be like, damn, it's messed up what's going on in Minnesota. And I'm like, yeah, that shit probably happen in your city too. And they're like, nah, man, you tripping. You know, and a lot of people, but this has been an issue here for a long time. At least now, since I've come here, I've spoken in other places. Every place I go to, they tell me, oh yeah, this is a big issue here. But the thing is, it's really hush hush and people don't really know how to go about it.
Yes.
So it's the same way even with them, you know, folks. It's like, you come back and yeah, you know, they really didn't know where you were at, but they just didn't know how to approach it. You know, that's at least how I look at it.
Facts. And you are right, bro. Like, we need to educate these people more.
Yeah. That's why it's so important for you to be here, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
And being able to have a voice and speak, you know. At first I was nervous.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like 5 o'clock. I was supposed to be there. Ended up going like 5:20, 5:30.
It's your first time?
My first time speaking about the stuff that I've been through.
Yeah.
And like the people I seen was like people I went to high school with, very familiar faces. People that I was very cordial with, cool with, but just disappeared on. So
So how was that?
it was nice because after that, at least 30 people said, bro, I had no idea. You're always smiling.
Yeah.
You're always this person that's laughing. But I might smile a lot, my life a lot, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And I feel like that's why you should never judge somebody off their characteristics or their actions, because, you know, you don't know what they're suffering about in silence. Like, and I even had to learn that. And I'm so thankful that, you know, as crazy as it sounds, man, I'm happy and I'm blessed that I went through whatever I went through, because I see life so different. I see life, you know, through a bird's view's eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I used to let irritate me then doesn't irritate me now.
You got a lot more to lose
You
now,
know what I'm saying? Like, when somebody does a choice or an action that I don't agree with, I don't let it get to me no more, because there's probably more behind it that I have no knowledge of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not even about giving somebody the benefit of the doubt, but it's more say like, you know, you're human, that person is human. That person can't tell you what you're going through, everything you're going through. Same way you can't tell that person everything they're going through.
Yeah.
So allow that person to come to you, allow that person, give that person space, but let them know that you're here. Don't let, for example, me and you were brothers. If you do something to me that I dislike, you know, obviously I'll be upset. I'll share with you that I was upset, but you'll tell me, yes, I understand, but this was what happened. You know, this is how it made me feel. This is how it made me feel. You know what I'm saying? So like, you never know. Like, you might be feeling the type of way, but the way you might be feeling is wrong, because you're not getting that clarification or that satisfaction that you need to hear. Like, okay, this person just gave me closure. I know I felt like I was tripping now, you know. But people don't see like that. You do one wrong action, oh, it's like I don't want to fuck with you no more. You know. But it's like, how can we do that when we ask life for forgiveness every time we sin? So who are we to tell somebody I can't mess with you because of something wrong that you did to me? But as your brother, I'm supposed to forgive you. You know, as your sister, I'm supposed to forgive you. You know what I'm saying? So
I think forgiveness is a linear thing too. You know, I feel like, you know, recovery, one of the biggest things is really like trying to amend those bridges that we burned in the past. But I feel like at the same time, it's like really understanding that the pain that we cause other people and during our addiction is pain that we caused them. You know, so first taking accountability for that, and then also understanding that, everybody's healing journey and their forgiveness journey isn't linear. Like, we can't expect people to forgive us on our own on our own terms. It's gonna be on their terms, and, you know, really making peace with that understanding that, you know what, you know, I'm gonna try to amend these bridges. I'm gonna make sure that I seek that forgiveness, but you know what, that's your part that you're doing, and other people, you know, whenever they take that, and if not, then you know that you did your part. You know what I mean? But taking that accountability part is one of the best things that you can do, because you accepting your truth.
Yes.
That I made mistakes, you know what I mean? And I'm forgiving myself. I want you to forgive me, but it's like I have to forgive myself in order to grow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so that means you seeking forgiveness ilahi on your dolo. You know what I mean? You seeking forgiveness from that person. You know what I mean? And then you continue on with your life, because at the end of the day, you want to continuously grow. You can't let your mistakes hold you back.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because they don't define you.
They
You
don't.
know what I mean? Being an addict doesn't define you. It's a part of your life.
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? It's a substance use disorder. It's an illness, right? There's something that we're going to deal with for the rest of our life, and understanding that they're just like diabetes, you know, just like any other, you know what I'm saying, mental health issue. It's just something that we live with, we deal with, we understand
Yes.
with the side effects and what it came with, right? But we live our regular, normal lives, you know what I'm saying, and understand that we've been gifted with this task, right? We've been gifted with this hardship, and you know what? We can make it through. You know what I'm saying? And building on that, you know? And so that's the thing about people, man. It's a lack of understanding, wallahi. But, you know, we pray that everybody, you know, tries to you know, to learn more about it. Because this is something it's just in every home, bro, wallahi. Like, you know, I've been getting calls from, like, I was just talking to this mother from literally on the other side of the country, man. And so it's like there's people that, you know, give me calls every day from different states, different cities, different countries even, you know, where people are really going through these issues. And a lot of times, bro, within our community, we really don't know how to deal with this shit.
How to go about it.
Yeah, you know? And it's something that's rampaging in our community, bro. We losing people all the time, bro. There's people overdosing all around the country every single day. You know what I mean? And within our community, bro, it's like such a taboo thing.
Yes.
Bro, like, you know, there's a possibility, bro. People are going to hear this now and they're going to be like, damn, you know, I never knew that you went through this.
Yes.
Just like that first time.
Yes.
Or there's going to be people that are going to be enlightened. Some people might even be moved to tears because of the fact of the matter that, bro, you could have been dead. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so it's like, I know people, bro, like where, you know what I'm saying? Like I've dealt with friends, family where, you know, we had a mutual friend and they died, you know, and they felt bad because of the fact that they didn't speak to them because they were using, or, you know, they cut them off, or, you know, they didn't really check with them, and that guilt eats them up. But it's really just understanding that and kind of, you know, passing on that energy to the next person, where it's like, yo, okay, you know, I didn't do that for this person, but I'm gonna do it for the next person.
Yeah.
Really learning from each other's stories, bro. The 1/3 of the Quran, bro, is stories.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's really like storytelling. The reason for this podcast is so that we can explore these stories, explore people's lives, because at the end of the day, people really need to know. They need to know. The reason why we're telling these stories is to change the world, change how our community views this stuff, because this is something that is affecting so many people. So many people are suffering in silence, bro. And you being the voice for this shit by talking about this.
Hell
for
yeah.
your community. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's beautiful. You was coming here talking about the hardships that you've been through, and we didn't even scratch the surface, bro. That's the crazy part.
We didn't.
You know what I mean? And so, like, we could talk about this for hours. A question that I would want to ask you, bro, is, so back on that time period when you spoke, right? How did you feel after you spoke?
Man, I felt so accomplished.
Yeah.
I felt like, damn, Mahamud, you're doing it, dog. You're doing it, dog. You know, you're doing the impossible.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people told me, dog, you have balls to go up there. I said, well, I wasn't really thinking about my, you know, my confidence, my manhood when I was doing it. I was more thinking about the people I can impact.
Yeah.
You know, looking at it as like letting me be a living testimony.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yes, as Muslims, we do hide our sins. 100%, you have to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But accept a sin that
People can take a lesson from.
People could take a lesson from.
Yeah.
And that's what we went through.
Yeah.
You know, and man, I felt like Malcolm X.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
What he said? He said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So this is purpose, bro. This is purpose. You living your life by example. You leading by example. Did you get any blowback from anything? You know, speaking about this.
Say that again.
You get any blowback? Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody come to you say something bad, or like?
Yes. So after I was done, I wasn't there to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I left the room, you know, as soon as I was done speaking, a lot of people was like, man, I remember when Mose was doing this and Mose was doing that. Y'all believe the nigga? Y'all think he
really stopped?
He really stopped, you know? And when I heard about the chatter, you know, I started laughing. You know, and I'm like, these niggas are more worried about me than their own life.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, beloved. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't let it impact me negatively. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just heard it and it just shrugged my shoulders and be like, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
You know, these people are looking at me like, how is he in front of the youth speaking on this when he did that? You know what I'm saying? How? Like, you know, he's not a hero, stuff like that. You know, I'm not a hero.
You know, can I tell you the craziest thing? You know how I see it? Because I've dealt with this a lot in my life too, right?
Yeah.
People that know you specifically, right? Forget about people that don't know you, right? Because they don't matter.
Yes.
Right? Because if they don't know you personally, don't take it personal.
Exactly.
But the people that do know you personally, right?
Yeah.
They were at a position where once in life, they seen you and they were like, this nigga's nothing. He's a nobody. This nigga is, you know, what they call junkie, crackhead, bum,
Crash dummy.
whatever, all that, right? Then they see you doing something for your life and you're creating real impact. And they're like, how is this nigga doing this? It's impossible. How? How is it we just seen this nigga right here? He was laid out, ass out, on the floor.
Yeah.
Nobody. Right? That's how they viewed you.
Facts.
And now you made a way for yourself. And you're doing something good for yourself and for other people.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
And people really are just genuinely confused.
Yeah.
Bro, recovery is a conundrum. Honestly.
It is.
People do not understand it.
They don't.
Especially from an outside perspective. You know, sometimes people will look at somebody and they'll be like, damn, how? This nigga was just nobody. How's he got a this? He got us to that. But you know, that's the blessing of Allah and nobody can take that from you.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
Only Allah can take that from you. And if Allah puts you in a position, right, no matter what anybody wants, if Allah wants you there, you're going to stay there.
100%.
You feel me? So you can't let that they can't take nothing from you.
They can't.
You know what I'm saying? All they can do is they can talk shit. But that's it.
Yes.
That's it. That's all they can do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we apply for them niggas. We give them
Give him one of those.
yeah, you feel me? But no, so you know, what do you do now? What are you working on now, brother?
So right now, I do work with youth. Right now, I'm actually working with two youth that are dealing with substance abuse.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't think I could take on the role.
Yeah.
Just the simple fact that I'm still in recovery.
Yeah.
Even though it's been 3 years,
Yeah.
right? But then again, I looked at the positive side. The youth could check me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have that over my shoulder. Like, okay, now it's not about me no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's about them.
Yeah.
You know,
Giving back.
being there for them, giving them all the resources that I had,
Mm-hmm.
telling them what worked for me.
Yeah.
You know, not giving them the runarounds and just sending them to a methadone clinic, you know, but instead helping them understand, like, you can say you haven't done it. You can say that you're clean, but you're just lying to yourself. And I've done that thousands of times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where somebody
too.
would ask me, like, how you doing? Man, I've been clean.
Yeah.
I'm fucking lying. I know he fucking lie. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you know, understanding that you don't have to lie to me.
Yeah.
It's about you, because only you could help yourself. You know, I go on walks with them. So it's called walk a mile with me as we reflect through conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you with your partner, your boy, whatever, you guys catch scenery, whatever, you guys walking around, you guys really get into depth. Like, you guys start, you know, either your boy starts venting or you start venting. So it's like you're walking in a space where, you know, it's just Mother Nature. You have a clear mind, you know what I'm saying? You can really think about what it is that's bothering you, what it is that you feel is holding you back, yourself back.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not gonna lie, dog, sometimes when they be telling me their stories, like, I get emotional, but not in front of them. I stay strong for them while I'm with them, you know?
Yeah.
But when I leave them, dog, I break down, dog.
Yeah.
I break down because I see how I felt
In those moments.
through another human, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real. Like, this is real life. Like, this is the reality we live in, you know, and just the fact that I'm able to, give da'wah to them, just, show them that, hey, I'm a living testimony, despite what everybody else thinks. You're him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like giving them that courage, giving them that belief, like making them like, bro, you're the shit, dog. Like, don't let this stop you from being great. Let this make you greater. You know what I'm saying? Because it made me greater. You know what I'm saying? Went to Africa, 8-9 months, came back, got my associate's degree. Got to San Diego State University, got accepted.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now we about to graduate with our bachelor's.
Oh yeah.
And we finna go for our master's. You know what I'm saying? So we finna talk that talk. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
I gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Just installing in another person's brain that you can do it. Like, forget everybody else.
Yeah.
You can do it. Like, you have the capability of doing it, And just like you said, if Eli wanted you there, he wanted you there. This was a beautiful testimony that Eli gave me. I'm so thankful for it every day. Every day I give my thanks, because it's like, this is what I needed to elevate. This is what I needed to become the best version of myself. And here I am, continuing to be the best version of myself. And I'm still striving. We accomplished one thing. Okay, what's next to accomplish? What's next? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we're still in recovery. So it's like that us being busy, it's a good busy. We love it. It's like adrenaline. It's like a rush. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you constantly have these workloads, like, it's something that we need, because you're working alone and you're also spending time with yourself. So it's like, self-care, self-love, like, do stuff for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I tell that to my youth, like, when's the last time you went out to eat by yourself? When's the last time you went to that restaurant that you've been talking about since last year? When's the last time you took that trip that you've been talking about 2 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Because
how do you treat yourself?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I took a trip. I went to Cancun, Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Playa del Carmen.
Having that.
That's an inside joke.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like just being able to do that, man. Just leave the country, realize that there's more to life than what you see and what you're around. I feel like once you get out that environment and see that there's life in different worlds that are not similar to yours, I feel like that's also inspiring, motivational. Just constantly, being that person for somebody, man. I feel like when you have somebody to confide in, it's dope. But you could also you're supposed to confide in your creator, like, but ain't nothing wrong with confiding in somebody else that you trust, that makes you feel at home, that makes you feel peace. I tell people, that person loves you if they're living off your valued energy. Love stands for living off valued energy. You know what I'm saying? So you could tell somebody loves you by the way they value you and your values. You don't have to second guess it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being that person for the youth is just like, man, I feel like I'm all my superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Batman, Spider-Man, like, I feel like I'm all them. And, alhamdulillah, I'm able to be in a position where I can, be a good mentor for the youth, just like you said, turning nothing into something. Oh, we were thinking about it just recovering. Like we were just thinking about getting back to our normal self. I just got to get right. We wasn't thinking about, okay, now we're this spokesperson, that this made a motivational speaker, like this inspirational speaker. We wasn't thinking about that. Our objective was to get out of the hole that we felt like we could never crawl out of. And, we're here, and that leaves me, man. I wanted to give you something, brother. I deserve your flowers, man. And I love you, dog.
I love you too, cuz.
You know what I'm saying?
They got me white roses.
White roses, you're saying.
Frequency love.
Missing her frequently, you're saying. You deserve that, brother. I love what you love, man. You were very inspirational for me, man. Everybody has their role model. Everybody has their person who motivate them to do X, Y, Z. You're my X, Y, Z, bro.
That's love.
Wallahi, man. And I say that as humbly as I can, because you were vulnerable when you spoke about it the first time, and I seen how serious you were. I think that's what was it for me. You was really serious. Like, you were passionate about it when you were speaking. You were just hi, my name is Abdirahman, and you know, but it's like, hi, my name is Abdirahman, and you know, this is what's going on, and you know what I'm saying, like okay, you got my undivided attention now, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like I just want to say, man, you're doing a great job, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, because you doing what you're doing is helping me keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, man. Like dog, we overcame addiction, bro.
Yeah, we did.
We overcame addiction, bro, and that shit is serious. Yeah. That shit is big, bro. It's not light, bro. That shit is serious, bro. We overcame something that knocked us down 1,000 times. We came back after it knocked us down 1,000 times, bro. People can never get back up after that. Yeah. But we got back up, dog. We fought, bro. We never gave up, bro. And alhamdulillah, here we are, bro. Here we are being in the living testimony. Here we are seeing Hoyo every morning. Here we are spending time with the family, the nieces, the nephews, you know, stuff that we didn't even fathom of even thinking about while we were, while our brain was clogged with all those chemicals that we were constantly taking. You know what I'm saying? And like, addiction is real, and what people need to understand that, you know, I know people out there that's going through it, and instead of, you know, laughing at them, making jokes about them, help them, you know, call them, check up on them, because this shit is real. Like, I could have died. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we could have died, bro, and people take it so light. That's what hurts me the most, because it's like, we're not taught. We never knew what it was. Like, you know, we went to school, bro. Yeah. Still didn't know what it was. You know, this is something we had to learn on our own, and it shouldn't be something we have to learn on our own. This should be taught at every single school. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, the shit that we overcame, it's big, bro. It's colossal. Like, it's not one of those things where you just, oh, yeah, I did that. Nah, dog, we did that, bro. You feel me? And people need to realize, like, it's not easy, you know? And if you know somebody that's going through addiction, make it easier for them by being there for them, telling them I'm here, answering their call when they call you. Sometimes they just want somebody to talk to, you know? Sometimes they just want somebody to talk to, bro. And wallahi, bro, like, being able just to see my family is my biggest prize, bro. Like, that's why I'm happy every day. That's why I'm smiling every day. Even if I have a bad day, I get to come home to my family. You know?
A lot of families that don't got that chance.
You know what I'm saying? And we lost brothers, bro. We lost brothers that I think about every day. Like, this shit is real, bro. And it's unfortunate that somebody has to die for people to see the reality of it and to see how serious this is, because, like, it's not fair, bro. It's not. Yeah, bro. You know, it's not fair, because that person, you know, is still there, but you gave up on that person. You know, you say you love that person, but you gave up on that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be no reason why you should give up on anybody. Ilahi don't give up on us.
Yeah.
So who are we to give up on our ummah? Yeah. You know, we're one ummah. That means we're one body. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if a Somali brother is down, lift him up.
You gotta feel it.
Gotta feel it. You have to lift them up. You have to be there for them. Abu Ma'an, what's the problem? What's going on? How you doing today? Assalamu alaikum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Start the conversation, open it, break the barrier for them, because people that are going to addiction, they're afraid to get help, because they're so caught up on what the world thinks. Yeah. But that doesn't matter, because the world will always think the worst of you when there's the best of you, you know? And I feel like that's what we really need to attack on, and constantly attack on it, and continue to shed light on it, because, you know, what you do is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just beautiful, bro. You're in tune with people. You know, you got people calling you from different countries. Hey, Abdirahman, how you doing? This is what's going down. Any advice? You know how big that is? You know what I'm saying? Ilahi sent that person to you, dog. I don't think you realize, fam. Ilahi said, go to my servant, Abdirahman, because he has knowledge of this. You know what I'm saying? While they're making tawbah, trying to figure out how to help their kid, the answer is you. You know? And you might think like, no, I'm not the answer, but you are the answer, bro, because you know every single resource. You know how these things happen. You know what the mind is thinking of somebody that's intoxicated, you know, going through substance abuse, how they feel, the withdrawals, you know, the bad, because it's never really good in it, the bad, you know, you get that, bro. You understand that, and that's big, bro. Wallahi, Abdirahman, that's so big, bro. And like, even me for myself, like, there's still things that I'm learning every day as I continue to learn a lot of knowledge on this, you know what I'm saying? And the message I have for the world is, you know, instead of putting your neighbor down, pick them up. Yeah. And when you pick them up, see how much you picked yourself up. Yeah. And then get back to me, because that's going to make you feel whole, you know? Like, we didn't know we was going to do this again. I'm going to keep saying it, bro, because we didn't.
Wallahi, we did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we came so far to the point where it's like, when we look back, it's scary.
Yeah.
You know, people, just like you said, people think you go to rehab, you come out, you're good.
Yeah.
Buddy, I still have nightmares, bro.
Yeah.
I'm having a dream where I'm taking a perk.
Wallahi, bro. I be still, bro. I'll be waking up sometimes mad as hell, like, what the
You know what I'm saying?
In the beginning, it's like, when you first get sober, sorry to interrupt, but it's like when you first get sober, right? You had these dreams, and you just turning up, and you're like, oh yeah, you know, oh yeah. And then after a while, and this is how you know you're really changing, is that after a while they become nightmares. Mm-hmm. And you wake up, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck, I relapsed.
Yeah.
And then you wake up, it's not real.
Yeah, it's not real.
And you're so happy that it happened, and you say, alhamdulillah, you're like, damn, you know, like, this is this is real, you know, like I'm actually making this change. Yes. And you even try harder to stay sober this time. Now the fight is even more. Yes. You know, you fight harder for the cravings and make sure that now you starting to realize, okay, damn, I had a nightmare today. What was it? Why did I have a nightmare?
Yeah.
What happened? Why did I have a dream of doing perks? Oh, it was because yesterday I was watching Narcos. Mm-hmm. And I got turned watching that, and I had a dream of me getting turned because I was watching the Narcos, and I was like, oh yeah, damn, you know what I mean? You started thinking about it before you went to sleep. Yes. So you're like, okay, now this is a trigger. This is a real story. This actually happened to me.
Yes.
I was watching Narcos one night, and I had a dream, and I was turning up, and this is like a year ago, and I was like, oh shit, what the hell? So it's like, but then that's a real thing. Or maybe you have a dream, you go the day before, you went to a place where you used to turn up at, and then you have a dream the next morning or the next night, and then it brings you back to it. But I want to tell you that is a true testimony of where your heart is, because in the beginning it's a dream, then it becomes a nightmare. But that's a good thing, because you're making that change. And now, like, you're starting to hate it, starting to hate that drug. In the beginning you love it, and you're just stopping it because you're like, damn, this is messing up my life. But you know, I still fuck with it though. But it's at a point where you start to realize not only how it's affecting your life, how it affected your life, because you start to realize deeply how much it affected your life. You know what I mean? Because that stuff doesn't happen right away.
It doesn't.
You start to realize it through your physical, through your mental and emotional level, like spiritually. What is this? How did it have an effect on me? And then you start to realize, damn, like, this really affected me. And then even with other people, like you were just talking about how emotional you get when you're working with these youth, you know what I mean? Because they're a reflection of you. You look at them, you look at yourself. Nice. You start to see how it impacted yourself. You start to see the same things, like, damn, this person is doubting themselves. They're like, damn, you know, gee, I'm not ready for this shit. That's how you see yourself. Or damn, what the fuck is the point of me trying? I'm a bum anyways. You know what I mean? And those are things that you internalize yourself. I remember a time where I thought, you know what, bro, I'm better off dead. That's how I feel. Because at the end of the day, I was like, I'm a fuck up, bro. Everything I'm doing, I'm fucking up everybody's life around me. Every person I'm around, to the point where my own friends, bro, like, they couldn't even be around me. My closest friends, closest homies, niggas I grew up 10-year niggas, bro, saying, yo, I can't be around you, bro. You too hot. You getting us locked up. You getting us shot at. You know what I'm saying? Every time we with you, we end up doing perks. Some of the niggas didn't want to do it. You know, I was the bad influence. So I was like, damn, I'm fucking up but even my siblings, my family, my moms, everybody I was around, I felt like I was a radioactive. You feel me, bro? And that's to that point where I internalized that shit. And so many people do. And you think to yourself, damn, there's no point. There's no point. What's the point? I'm a fuck up. And you see that with so many people. I see that with so many people. They don't think they're worth it. But that's just momentarily.
Temporary feeling.
Temporary feeling. And they just need to push through that. And a lot of times it's just that support and somebody telling them, yo, bro, you enough. You gonna make it. I know a lot of people didn't make it, but you're gonna make it though. You can. You feel me? And being you, just the authentic version of yourself. And we were just talking about this, right? That how authentic recovery is. There's nothing as authentic as recovery. You telling yourself, yeah, you know what? I fucked up. You know what? But I'm going to take that shit to the chin. And I'm going to be better than I was yesterday.
Facts.
Being open about it, honest to the world. That, yeah, you know what? I did do this. And you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna do better. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't do that. And so it's like, really, honestly, you know what I'm saying? You being that living testament is enough for so many people.
Facts.
It's talking about this shit. It's enough. You changing the world, just opening your mouth. That is powerful. That is powerful. You sitting here talking about me. You doing everything that I'm doing.
Hell yeah.
We no different, bro. There's so many people out here, you know what I'm saying, that need to hear this type of stuff. Need to hear these conversations, bro. You know, and so one question I'm gonna ask you to wrap it up, two actually, is one is, what is your drive to stay sober? What is you, Mahamud, every day when you wake up, what's keeping you sober?
Man, every day I wake up, what's keeping me sober? And there's a million things that's keeping me sober. I'll say this: the first thing is myself.
Yeah.
Realizing how much of a tragedy that was at the time of my life.
Yeah.
How much of a dark cloud I was in, dark hole I was in.
Yeah.
Not necessarily running away from it, because I didn't run away from it. I faced that problem, fist up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
You know what I mean?
Took it to the ring. Knock
took
out.
it to the ring. You know what I'm saying? Knock that. Knock them withdrawals to the left and to the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it starts with myself first. Then it's like, okay, my family.
Yeah.
It's like, man, and I have a beautiful family, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Allah bless them, protect them.
I mean, and it's like, you know, I have a younger brother that's incarcerated.
Yeah.
I told myself, there's no way I can be defeated by something that I can defeat. You know what I'm saying? I have too much. I have too much shit to lose, bro.
Yeah.
Wallahi, I have so much to lose, and that's what's really on my mind every day.
Yeah.
You know, the withdrawals are gone.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're God, man.
Temporary.
It's temporary.
It seems like the longest when you're in it.
Yeah.
And you look back at it and you're like, shit, that was, man, we good.
We good. You know what I'm saying? I really dug it out. Like,
Alhamdulillah.
you know, and that's what really helps me, man. Just having a purpose every day. Okay.
Yeah.
What's my purpose today? Obviously, it's to be great, but how can I be greater than yesterday? You know what I'm saying?
Me versus me.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? How can I be better than I was yesterday? What can I do different today that I didn't do yesterday? You know, and I always keep that in mind. Also, staying sober requires paying attention to your triggers. I still have triggers.
Yeah, everybody does.
You know what I'm saying? And the triggers, you might laugh, but sometimes the triggers be a freeway exit. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Or a street.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And
It's that aspect of being self-aware that a lot of people really, is like, you really have to be self-aware about that shit in order to keep yourself sober sometimes. You know,
Exactly.
staying away from a certain person.
Yes.
Certain people, certain group, certain area, certain block, certain freeway, like you said.
Yes.
All of that is really through self-awareness.
100%. And when I did get sober, I changed my number automatically
Oh God.
because I didn't want, the people
So
I
the
used to
same
get this,
people that y'all-
the substance or my
The
friends,
plug.
the plug, or the friends that are still in it, that I still pray for, that I still check up on. You know, I just can't be around them.
Yeah.
I love them
Yeah.
dearly, but I can't, because I can't be around somebody that's intoxicated off of opioid. That's so triggering.
Yeah.
You know, because I know the feeling, you know, very well.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just, you got to do it from really like a distance.
Exactly.
It's the idea of what an environment truly is. It's like, you can, I feel like the difference, and I don't want people to misconstrue what you're saying right now, because I know exactly what you're saying. But and correct me if I'm wrong. What you mean is basically like, you can't be around them in the aspect and the way where you used to be, like how you used to be.
Yes.
Which means like, I'm with this nigga 24/7. We hanging out all the time, because with that there's no boundary, and with no boundary comes all of these triggers.
Yes.
But you can still be, you still around them. You check up on them in a way where there's boundaries set. So it's like, yo, let's hang out, let's talk. But it's under your conditions, so that at the end of the day you can help them. You can be around them. It's like, okay, you know what? Today we're gonna go to the masjid, or today let's hang out. We're gonna, take a walk on the beach, or we're gonna grab some food. Let's just chop it up about life, But when you're around them in a constant manner, then that can be triggering to you. Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Just like that. That's what, exactly.
And so the last thing I want to ask you, bro, because we're running low on time, is what is your message to somebody that's going through what you went through or we went through, right? Addiction is a deep, dark hole. it's an abyss that sometimes people feel like there's no way out, but there's 2 testimonies right here. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Through Allah's, you know what I'm saying, blessing and protection, and alhamdulillah, we made it out, bro. You feel me? His mercy. What is something you would tell somebody, you know what I mean, that is going through the same thing, especially like targeted towards your audience, to the people from your community? What is something you would say?
Man, something I would tell them is, it wasn't too long ago where I was with you doing these things.
Yeah.
But also, telling them that I'm a living testimony. If I could do it, you can do it. You're still there. That person you keep thinking about in the past that never did drugs is still there.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to break down that wall, and you just got to believe in yourself. Take the steps towards it. Don't be ashamed. Don't be scared. Don't care about what other people think. Fuck people. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you, not them. You know what I'm saying? So lock in with yourself. Pay attention to yourself. Block the outside noise, because this journey is up to you, and you can do it same way me and you did it. We're here. You know, so basically just making sure that, you know, you believe in yourself and realizing that this journey is up to you and you can do it, you know. Believe in yourself, stay true to yourself, understand that this is a tough battle, but we're here at the finish line waiting on you to come join us on this sobriety journey. We love you. You are enough. You are brilliant. You are a beautiful human being. And together we can take over the world and do anything you truly believe in.
Thank you so much for, you know what I'm saying, coming through, bro. Like, well, I love you. I appreciate everything you were saying. You were spinning gems. And I know this is going to help a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
So thank you so much, brother.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me, man.
All right, guys.
Generation of hope. You know the vibes.